What up, nerds? Welcome back to the Nerdy Narrative. My name is Leslie, and today on the channel, I am doing the We Ain't Getting Younger book tag. Original tag that was created by the CodeX Cantina in honor of Kryto's 40th birthday, who is one of the hosts. And I was tagged by Ramsey from Rajathon, so here we go. Prompt number 1. While it's proven too many birthdays can kill you, the amount of cake we can eat is still under debate. Name the most recent book that gave you a sugar book high. None of you are surprised by this. It is The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. This book has literally not left my mind since I read it. It is a phenomenal world. The Stormlight Archives is the one series that I am most eager to get through. It became my new favorite book before I even finished it. Prompt number 2. Sometimes we get older and whiter instead of older and wiser. Name the longest book you've ever read. Initially, I thought the longest book I'd ever read was Gone with the Wind. I looked it up on Goodreads, and the mass market paperback actually ended up being less pages than The Way of Kings, so once again, The Way of Kings wins. Prompt number 3. The best part about pictures is that they're always a younger version of you. Name a book that you enjoyed more the first time you read it than the second. If you've never reread, why not? I reread everything. Well, everything that I choose to keep. If I don't like a book, I will donate it. I don't keep anything that I'm not going to read again. And when I say read again, I typically mean over and over and over again. Books that I keep in my collection, I will reread. Some of them get reread at least once a year. Some of them it may be every 2 to 3. For this prompt, my answer is The Lord of the Rings. I read these books when I was in junior high, and I loved them. I tried to reread them a few years back, and I just couldn't get into it. I don't know if I just maybe outgrew that writing style. The writing style is also similar to what I found when I read the Sword of Shannara Chronicles. I just don't like it. So it's no surprise that as an adult, when I tried to read them again, I didn't like them. But one of my friends, Witch Kitten Reads, she sent me an excerpt from an audiobook that she's reading of The Lord of the Rings. It was made by a fan, and it has like excerpts from the movies and things like that. She said it's phenomenal. So I'm going to try that because I may enjoy these as an audiobook, and I may be able to get through them better having someone read it to me instead of me reading in that old English format. I don't know. We'll see. Prompt number 4. As you get older, you must learn to never skip a bathroom break before jumping into a car ride. Name a book you read in very few sittings. Have you ever walked to the bathroom holding the book and then blindly fumbled for the door handle? I'm probably about to get ripped for this one, but I would have to say that the Twilight series. I want to say I got this box set in 2009 for Christmas. No, I'm wrong. 2005. And I literally read one book per day over 3 days. Talking about the, have you ever walked to the bathroom holding a book and then fumbled for the door handle? For the last, it's pretty much healed now, but for the last several of my videos, you probably noticed like the bright red mark on my hand. A couple of weeks ago, I was reading Malice, and I was also cooking a pizza in the oven. I was so deeply entrenched in what was happening in the book that I wouldn't put it down to safely remove the pizza from the oven. And of course, what did I do? I touched my hand against the oven and burnt the absolute stuffing out of myself. And I still didn't put the book down. I just hollered for my husband to come get the pizza out. Prompt number 5. Don't let old age get you down, because it's harder to get you back up these days. Name a book you had to put down and why. The most recent book I had to put down would be The Art of Dying by Kyle McKinnon. Prompt number 6. Age isn't how long you've been alive, it's how many lives you've lived. What book genres have you been wanting to try outside of your comfort zone? I pretty much stick to science fiction, fantasy, and I'll sprinkle in a little romance and murder mystery here and there. So a few weeks ago, I discovered Brad Proctor's channel, and he likes horror, and he likes it so much and he does such a good job talking about it that it got me curious. And so I started trying out some of his recommendations. Next thing you know, I'm about to do a buddy read but the guy on the Stephen King book. I mean, you know. So that's kind of fun and exhilarating. And the CodeX Cantina, who are the original creators of this tag, they do a lot of literary works. I never thought once I got finished with English Lit in high school and college that I would ever have anything to do with it again. But they have such an intelligent conversation, and they break it down to where it's very interesting. And I'm like suddenly finding myself wanting to read some William Faulkner. Who am I? Prompt number 7. Life gets worse the older you get. Luckily, you don't have much time left. Name a book that slowly turned sour for you, but you finished it anyway. Were you glad you stuck it out? That's gonna be A Memory Called Empire by Arkady Martine. It had a good story. It was just wrapped in so many layers of science fiction, crazy words that I couldn't even begin to fathom how to say or pronounce, that I just couldn't enjoy it. I was just wading through too much stuff I felt was unnecessary. The political murder mystery intrigue itself was great. I loved it. Am I glad I stuck it out? No, not really. I really only did it because I wanted to vote in the BookTube SFF Awards. If that had not been a factor, I totally would have put this sucker down. Prompt number 8. Peer pressure seems to decrease as you get older. Where did all of your friends go? Name a book that you checked out because of peer pressure. Were you happy to have tried it? I mean, I should just literally never put this book down. I always keep it on my desk because it seems to make an appearance in every video. I wouldn't call it peer pressure. The very first 3 booktubers that I fell in love with, Michael Knipp, Ramsey at Rajathan, and Angela with Literature Science Alliance, they all talked about this book. Michael read it recently. His exuberance and excitement and pure enjoyment of this book was so contagious. Like, it literally just floated out of my screen. Next thing I know, I am buying this book. Like, I did not have a plan to read it at all. I had actually never read Sanderson in my life. And then I got this book and I loved it. I loved every minute of it. When I first got it, I'm like, oh my gosh, 1,252, what? But the pages melted by. I mean, I read through this book so quickly. I enjoyed every moment of it, and now I am knee deep into this Cosmere, y'all. I'm getting every book this man ever wrote. So was I happy to have read it? That is a resounding yes, I am. Prompt number 9. Friends don't let friends get older alone. Tag people. I feel like a lot of folks have already done this tag, but I don't believe I've seen it from Which Kitten Reads, Joe's Review Journal, or Tia. I always want to call her Tia. It's a southern thing, I guess. I don't believe I've seen it on their channel, so I'm gonna tag those little turkeys and keep it going. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. I appreciate you stopping by to see what's going on in my little corner of the world. It is a fantastic time to be a reader. Take good care of yourselves, have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you soon.